We'll bring in Elias Hanna, live from Beirut. Elias, military analyst, retired Lebanese army general. Let's just start with that border region then. Elias, how complicated, how difficult will it be for Israeli forces to actually move back residents who've been evacuated from there? That blue zone, as it's called, has been uninhabited largely for some time now.
Aaron, I think that militarily speaking, they cannot do it because you need, a diplomatic solution. And the diplomatic solution is not yet really ready to go for it, since Hezbollah have really related the Lebanese front to Gaza. There is no ceasefire in Gaza. There is nothing at the Lebanese front. But there is some new pattern, new trend that is going on in Lebanon. This escalation by the Israelis, especially the Air Force, it means that since like 7 to 10 days, it's the same pattern repeating itself. It means that there is a policy. The policy has two targets maybe. The first is to oblige Hezbollah and, elevate the risks for Hezbollah and the cost for Hezbollah to come to the table. And maybe the other one is to really preparing the ground, shaping the ground for like military land operation, which I doubt it is feasible in these days.
Yes, and even though there have been daily exchanges of fire, or almost daily exchanges of fire since the beginning of the war, neither side has appeared to really want to get into a full-blown conflict. But if Israel and Yoav Gallant are talking about military action, how complicated would that be for Israel to undertake? How different would it be, for example, to go up against Hezbollah as it is to go up against Hamas?
Aaron, at the same time, if we remember that 11th of October, the past one, Gallant wanted to go to the Lebanese front and he was rebuffed by Netanyahu. So this political tit for tat between Netanyahu and Gallant is for political survivor for Netanyahu. But if you want to come to Lebanon, you have many constraints and many obligations to do first and many questions. The first one is Israel is ready to, suffer the retaliation of Hezbollah infrastructure and the population after 1 year. First. Second, is the Israeli army is ready after this attrition in Gaza and in the West Bank and as well as in Lebanon after 1 year. The third one, is the United States of America ready to really protect Israel by really deterring Iran from interfering and then supplying a lot of munition for the Israeli army? This is the first one. I mean, this is the most important one. Or politically protecting Israel. Last but not least, would Iran not really interfere by when Israel targets Hezbollah, which is considered the jewel in the crown of this unity of arena and this axis of resistance? So these all of things, they have to go together in order to really have a military operation. Are they ready to do it? I think that they are really going into escalation air campaign in order to make Hezbollah pay a heavy price, but it's not really working so far.
And what's your assessment in terms of how well armed and how well trained Hezbollah are should they go into conflict with Israel?
Hezbollah is ready for a war because Hezbollah follows, or adapts the strategic defense and, the tactical offensive. Israel is, on the other side, Israel is adapting the, offensive, strategic offensive, and then tactical defenses. But, what would be the political goals of Netanyahu? What time he really seizes the war? That politics, war is politics by other means, as Clausewitz have really said. So what would be? Maybe Netanyahu can really initiate the war, but who is really going to terminate this war with Hezbollah? Totally different from Hamas, has a strategic depths, geographical and all of that, and really lots of experience with Israel, especially in 2006.